What's up everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube land? This is JesseBurn representing TeamFTK coming at you guys from Drew Decks. He's an awesome Yu-Gi tuber and he gave me the opportunity to guest upload on his channel. So here I am to show you guys my Volcanic Paleozoics. I've done this deck profile before on my channel, but I've recently updated it, and I think right now this is honestly the best way to play Volcanics. Volcanics is in no way a meta or top tier deck, but I still think it's really good. It can do some crazy shit in this format. So I'm going to get into the deck profile and show you guys what I play. So starting off with pretty much the standard list is 3 rockets. Rocket is your main searcher, lets you get to your Blaze Accelerator whenever he's special summoned or normal summoned. So if you summon him anyway, you can add a Blaze Accelerator card from either your graveyard or your deck, which is really good. And then 3 Volcanic Shell. Shell is your main draw power. And then 3 Scattershot. So whenever this is sent to graveyard by Blaze Accelerator, it lets you send 2 more copies of Scattershot, burn your opponent for 500 for each, and then Regeki their field, which is the reason why I don't need to main deck Dark Hole or Regeki, is just because of the fact that I can just play Scattershot and just go on from there. And then the 3 Royal Storm Guard. This is the Recycler. He lets you target 4 Pyros, shuffle them back into the deck, and draw 2 cards. He's really good. I would consider playing 3. I wouldn't consider playing anything less. And then the new addition to the deck is 2 Draw and Lockbird. Draw and Lockbird is really good this format just because you have decks like Goki's and everything else pretty much searches, Trickstar search everything. And I would max out and play 3, but before I was playing 2 Firecrackers and more of a burn build. So I decided to replace them for the better hand trap, which is Draw and Lockbird. If you guys want to play Ash or Effect Veiler or any other hand trap you want to play, but I would suggest playing this right now in this format, and it works pretty well. And now we go on to the spells, which is 3 Pot of Duality. Duality is really good. It's pretty much the only draw power that you can play in Volcanics outside of Magic Planner, but I like playing just the 3 Pot of Dualities. You can't play Desires in this deck. You can't play Card of Demise in this deck, so Duality works out really good. And then the MVP that you should be playing in any Volcanic deck is 3 Foolish Barrel of Goods. This lets you send your Blaze Accelerator from deck to graveyard, so you can immediately banish it, and you can do a lot of broken combos with Foolish Barrel of Goods. And then the new addition to the deck, I was playing Dark Hole and Regeki, but Scattershot pretty much does its own job, so I traded those out for 2 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is really broken in Volcanics because it stops your opponent from Ash Blossoming you and using Ash Blossom and other hand traps and things to stop you. So if you want to recycle your Volcanic monsters with Royal Storm Guard and your opponent tries to activate Ash, you can just go Called by the Grave and you'll still get your draws. And then same for if you want to search your Rocket. Normal summon Rocket effect to search for Blaze Accelerator. They try to Ash you, and you can just activate Call by the Grave and stop it. So it works really well to interrupt your opponent trying to interrupt you. Moving on to the trap cards. 3 Blaze Accelerators. Blaze Accelerator is the heart and soul of the deck. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it to send a Volcanic monster from deck to graveyard. So it allows you to send your Shell, or it allows you to send your Blaze Accelerator, which is really good. And then if it's on the field, you can discard a Volcanic monster to draw a card, so you're always plussing. That's why you don't need to worry about your draw phase. So we play 3 Reckless Greed. Reckless Greed is really amazing in this deck because, like I said before, being able to draw off of Blaze Accelerator, it doesn't matter if you skip your draw phase because you're going to draw a card during your turn and during your opponent's turn, so it works out really well. And then 3 Back to the Front. Back to the Front is also really good in this deck because you can special summon Rocket and get his effect. So if you send a Graveyard Rocket off of Blaze Accelerator, you can Back to the Front, special summon him, add a Blaze Accelerator. So I really like Back to the Front in this deck, and it's better than Call of the Haunted because it's not continuous, and it just works out really well in this deck. And then my other tech choices are Ring of Destruction right now. I'm playing 2 copies of Ring of Destruction because whenever you're burning your opponent with Scattershot for 1500 per turn, the burn damage starts to become more and more, and this adds to it. And I was playing Torrential Tribute, but because I'm playing the Paleozoics, I want to be able to activate Ring of Destruction, burn my opponent, destroy their monster, then chain, special summon a Paleozoic, which brings us to the Paleozoics I play, and I'll get into the choices of why. So I play 3 of the MST of the Paleozoics, and the reason why I'm playing this is because not only can I pop my opponent's back row when they set it, but I can also pop my own Blaze Accelerator to get in a graveyard if I don't have a Foolish Good, or if I don't have this right here, which is Murmello, which lets you send the traps to graveyard. So you can send your Blaze Accelerator off this as well as your other Paleozoic traps to be able to combo off to make more monsters and gain more advantage. And then I'm playing 1 Book of Moon for the Paleozoics. I was playing 3, but I felt like this card doesn't create enough advantage of just putting your opponent's monster face down, because the game's a little crazy right now, and if you book an opponent's monster, it doesn't do as much as it used to. And then I'm playing 1 of the Omega, because basically the combo is that if this is set and your Blaze Accelerator is banished, you can activate it to put your Blaze Accelerator back in graveyard. So it works really good. And then for the last Paleozoic trap card I run is the 1 Karma Cut. This works because if you have like a hand trap like Draw and Lock Bird, or if you have a shell that you want in graveyard and you don't have your Blaze Accelerator, you can discard and banish it. So it works out pretty good. So that's my ratio for the Paleozoics, is to play 2 of the one that sends, 1 Karma Cut, 1 Book of Moon, and then 3 MST, and it's enough. And then the 1 Omega, and it's enough because you can still create your monsters like Totally Awesome and everything else, and also you can use all their effects, so it works out really good in the deck. Moving on to the extra deck is 2 Doolittle Chimera. He works really well. You don't see yourself making very many monsters out of the extra deck besides from the Paleozoic engine. So Doolittle Chimera is in there, 2 Miss Starboys for the Paleozoics, 2 Totally Awesomes, this one to search the traps, 1 Cat Shark, and then some random XYZs that you can play if you want to, but this deck does not need an extra deck as far as rank 4s. Utopia Package, Giant Hand, Abyss Dweller, the Tapier, Tornado Dragon. He actually does come up because just like with the MST, you can use him to pop your own Blaze Accelerator. And then I'm playing the 1 Underclock Taker just because he's pretty much generic, just takes 2 effect monsters. So this was JesseBurn representing TeamFTK. If you guys like this video and want to see more, please click the link and check out my channel. I do a whole bunch of awesome rogue deck profiles. And yeah, guys, also make sure to subscribe to Drew Decks. He's an awesome Yugioh, and thanks so much for giving me a chance to be on your channel. This is JesseBurn representing TeamFTK, out.